Please subscribe.
The 2020 Toyota Avalon is Toyota's adult car, but then we don't know it recognizes what it needs to be the point at which it arrives at adulthood. Requested in XLE and Limited trims, it's a casual parkway cruiser prepared to absorb long separations. In crossbreed pretense, it's as frugal as a subcompact vehicle, however, with a roomy inside. Furthermore, the current year's energetic Avalon Trd desires for a winding street. By and large, we call the multi-character vehicle 7 out of 10. Avalon comes in XLE, XSE, Trd, Limited, and Touring, with a decision of 301-pole V6 or 215 horsepower half-breed that sends capacity to the front wheels. In contrast to certain opponents, the Avalon isn't offered with blanketed climate cordial all-wheel drive. The base V6 moves the Avalon well, however it's parched. Our pick here for most drivers is the delicate crossbreed, which is evaluated by the EPA at 43 miles per gallon or higher, relying upon the trim. Also, we think the Avalon works best in gentler XLE and Limited trims than it does in the hardened XSE and Touring and stiffer Trd trims. The sportier Avalons battle to conquer their size when pushed and transmit unforeseen cruelty and street commotion into the lodge. That size is additionally a benefit with regards to inside space. A genuine 5-seater, the Avalon can deal with the whole family in comfort. The right estimated Avalon Limited is even hung in cowhide and stunning wood trim. We'll take our own on the warm cognac tint inside, bless your heart. The splendid 9.0-inch touchscreen incorporates Apple CarPlay similarity, however it won't talk a similar chat with an Android gadget. A wide cluster of impact shirking tech comes standard, while an encompass C camera framework is on the alternatives list. The Avalon has done well in crash tests, as well. In the event that a major 4 entryway is on your rundown, the Avalon merits a look. In the event that the 2020 Toyota Avalon could talk, this full-size car would state it's a conditioned, strong muscle head. Some spent contacts keep it down in our evaluations, and we end up with a 6 out of 10 for styling. The Avalon comes in 3 fundamental styling arrangements. XLE and Limited offer a perfect, firm look, while XSE and Touring trims slap on a vast front grille with a work-style embed that seems as though it originated from the Dyson list. Then again, actually those vacuums may really be increasingly sharp. The new Avalon Trd goes significantly further with an utilitarian air pack, a component we never expected to see on an Avalon. Standard LED headlights point the path forward. The range-beating Avalon Touring accompanies viable laser-cut headlights. Driven taillights at the back have an exquisite look, not absolutely in a state of harmony with the front end. The Avalon's inside is brave with tones a long way from common and accessible wood grain trim provided by melodic instrument maker Yamaha. It's not exactly a Lexus, yet the line is fine for sure. The 2020 Toyota Avalon can be had with either solid V6 power or a frugal crossover powertrain, and it sends capacity to the front wheels dissimilar to a portion of its adversaries that offer all-wheel drive. We rate the lineup at 6 out of 10 by virtue of the rich ride managed by the standard suspension. Game-arranged models may lose a point whenever appraised autonomously. The standard 3.5-liter V6 produces a sound 301 pull, which is sent to the front wheels through a 8-speed program transmission. The V6 pulls the Avalon along well, and the motor is suppressed in many trims. The XSE and Trd incorporate a funneled admission commotion that crown jewels the state of mind. Avalon mixtures swap in a 176 horsepower inline-4 collaborated with an electric engine that consolidates for 215 drive through a persistently factor program transmission (CVT). It quickens well around town yet can feel winded climbing slopes or passing more slow traffic. That is the exchange off for 43 miles per gallon consolidated. Underneath, the Avalon utilizes a free McPherson swagger in front and multi-interface back suspension. Range-beating Touring trim utilizes a variable suspension that can be hardened up at the tip of a catch, maybe lot in Sport Plus mode. Great directing hull in any mode enables the Avalon to feel fairly engaging, however its size and for the most part delicate attitude make it a long way from tossable. The current year's new Avalon Trd expands on the XSE with 19-inch Hagel's stronger fumes. It makes quite a few commotions, and not many of the correct moves. As a cruiser, it comes up short completely. As a games car, it would drive us toward Toyota's less exorbitant, increasingly clean Camry TRD. With its open, sumptuous inside, the 2020 Toyota Avalon rivals autos that cost twice as a lot with regards to floating down to throughway and comfort. We would rate it 9 out of 10, yet the relatively brutal ride in the sportier models wreck it to a 8. Steady front seats with a wide exhibit of alteration offer the sort of throughout-the-day bolster expected in a mile-leading vehicle. They're sufficiently supported for stunning street obligation, and their control customizable. The back seat has 40 creeps of legroom, enough for most riders to fold their legs in comfort. Toyota wraps the Avalon with quality materials inside. Base XLEs highlight persuading manufactured calfskin, while most different trims utilize genuine stowaway. Wood trim provided to Toyota by Yamaha embellishes the limited trim level to great impact, while the aluminum on XSE and Tourings has a wonderful look. The Avalon's trunk can swallow around 16 cubic feet of gear, a generally low number given its enormous impression. The 2020 Toyota Avalon is well outfitted with impact shirking tech and it has done well in crash tests. We rate it at 8 out of 10. Each 2020 Avalon drives off from the manufacturing plant with versatile voyage control, programmed crisis braking, vulnerable side screens, dynamic path control, high shaft help, and back cross traffic alert. An alternative bundle for limited and touring trims includes an encompass C camera framework and back cross traffic braking. Vanessa appraised the enormous car at 5 stars generally speaking, with 4 stars in the determined rollover estimation and 4 stars for frontal accident test. Its analyzers to a great extent concurred, presenting the vehicle with the top safety pick plus grant. For around $37,000, the 2020 Toyota Avalon conveys something other than space for the cash. It's a well-prepared car at all times, that we rate it at 8 out of 10. The base Avalon XLE accompanies dynamic well-being gear, a 9.0-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay similarity, 5 USB ports, control and warmed front seats, and engineered calfskin upholstery. Tick every one of the alternatives and an Avalon Touring comes in about $44,000 with JBL speakers, warmed and cooled front seats swathed in manufactured calfskin and softened cowhide, and versatile dampers. Plan to spend another $1,000 for a crossover. The best purchase here, to the extent we're concerned, is the Avalon Limited, which for around $42,000 accompanies the plushest suspension settings and an inside hung in calfskin and wood, the sort of trappings we'd anticipate from an a lot costlier extravagance vehicle. A standard 9.0-inch touchscreen is supplemented by a 7.0-inch show in the instrument group. Toyota's work and programming can be menu serious, however the standard Apple CarPlay and Amazon Alexa's similarity function admirably. Simply don't search for Android Auto similarity, it's not on the Avalon, in any event not yet. What a distinction a motor makes. The 2020 Toyota Avalon is something of a guzzler with the standard V6, while the discretionary half-breed powertrain bests most little vehicles. We rate the lineup at 5 out of 10. The V6 is appraised at 22 miles per gallon city, 31 roadway, 25 joint, however the little haggles on the base XLE knocked those figures to 22/32.26 miles per gallon. Those figures are for the most part keeping pace with other full-size vehicles. Most Avalon half-breeds gain 43 miles per gallon regardless of how you drive them 43/43 miles per gallon on the EPA's test, with the exception of again the XLE is evaluated higher at 44/43 miles per gallon.